Hello, this is old Mr. Kent of MrKent.com, and I put this video together in a hurry, and I have to apologize for a lot of things that the video and the audio quality. It was a windy day. Anyway, I had a lot of friends, dear friends and relatives are getting into e-bikes, and even people that have questions in the comments on my videos are questioning what to look for and so forth. So this is just put together real quick, and apologize for the quality, but hopefully it'll answer some questions that I've had, and so that's what it's all about. So let's get started. Hello, this is old Mr. Kent of MrKent.com, and a couple weeks ago I uploaded a video titled E-Bike Essentials, where I showed things that you really do need on your e-bike. And then I got some questions from some folks about my e-bike and different things. So I thought, okay, I'll put up a video called E-Bike Helps. So I'll give you some suggestions and some things that I think are important, and we'll go down the list I made, and then I'll upload it. And if you have further questions, don't worry about it. Just give me send me an email or a comment. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, we'll go through my list here. I got a few things. These are just helps. For instance, if you're skinny and short like me and don't weigh, if your bike weighs more than half as much as you do, these might be helpful to you. Oh, that's the wrong list. You get to be my age, you can't remember where your list to remember things is. All right, so just some basic things that I need to explain to you about e-bikes, about motorcycles and e-bikes. When it's going down the road and these wheels are spinning, they work like gyroscopes. And so that's what keeps you balanced, and that's why people can go with no hands and stuff like that. But when you get going slow, that gyroscope action goes away, and that's when you have to start doing this as you're going along, like on a dirt path like I do a lot. And so keep that in mind, because you're safer going at a higher speed than you are going at a lower speed. Another thing, let's say that I'm going down the road and I see it coming up close. There's a rock in the way, and so if I try to turn, then it's going to throw my balance off because I'm going slow. But if I want to go around it on the right side, I lean my body on my bike, which will automatically turn the bike in the direction I want to go. If I want to go to the left, I lean my body to the left, and it makes the bike go to the left. Practice that, because when you first try it, it's kind of like it overdoes it, and you go further than you want. So it just takes a little bit, but remember that, because that will keep your balance when you're trying to miss something. Okay, the next thing is when you're getting ready to get on your bike, I always grab the front brake so it can't roll back and forth while I'm going on it. And then I make sure that the kickstand is down, because that's going to keep it from going right and left. And then when I get ready to get on, I throw my leg. By the way, I'll show you that in a minute. This bike is for sale because of that right there. When my leg was really hurting, I couldn't ride because I couldn't get my leg up there. Now I can get it up there, but it's not easy. So I'm going to sell this and buy a true step-through bike, and I get mine at Rad Motorbikes, and it's Rad Motorbikes, and so you can Google that or whatever. Anyway, this is for sale. If you know anybody that lives in the Phoenix area, they can pick it up pretty easily. And then and it's going to be priced real reasonable. I paid $17.95 or something for it a year and a half ago, and it was smaller than the one I had. So it's, but I'm not going to try to sell you that. What I'm showing you is when I go to I'll put this in this hand. When I go to get on my e-bike, I make sure the kickstand's down so it won't go this way or that way. And then I make sure I got my brake on so it won't go this way or that way. Now, if you're big and macho and you don't have to worry about that, then watch this video in about 40 years. Okay, so here's what I do. I throw it up and get on it. I know you didn't know I was doing that. You thought I was macho. And I get all set. Then I kick up, I put up the kickstand, which is not too hard to do. There it is. Got it up. Now I'm ready to go, which I think takes me to the next, no. Okay, so I'll skip that one and come back to it. Put this in here. One thing that, I better turn this on. If it's gonna work. One thing that I do, come on, I want this on. Okay, there, we got it on. All right, so one thing I do when I go to start, this is the throttle over here, and I give myself a little bit of throttle, and that starts it rolling, and then I just keep that on until I got a good balancing speed, and then let go of it and pedal. If I try to start, and I've got a video on this, I'll put the clip in here. If I try to start without it, I'm all over the road like this, trying to get balance while it's starting to go. So that's the nice thing about having a throttle. All right, so I'm gonna put the kickstand back down. By the way, I got over $200 worth of extra accessories on this. Both racks were about $100, and then I got a mirror and I got a few other things, and that all goes with the bike. Come back in 40 years, you'll see what I'm talking about. All right, what I do with my list, there it is. Okay, so another thing that I did, because I don't like bouncing around on a hard seat. So I got this off of Amazon, and on that previous video I got a list to where it is. But it's a Schwinn bicycle seat, and let me see, I see if I can get it on this camera. It's got compression springs and expansion springs, so that gives it a lot of nice movement, so when I hit bumps it doesn't hurt my bottom. Another thing, the throttle is nice because, like, the road we have out here is 50 miles an hour, and it's not usually very busy, but when I see a car way down here and another one way up here, and I want to go ahead and get across, then I give it more throttle and just let it drive me on the road and across the road. And I got a clip on that too, and so I'll put that in here. But I go across the road and get out of the way of the cars, and then go back to pedaling. And so that's another thing nice to have about the throttle. Okay, question. Okay, and the lights. It's always important to have your lights on, even during the day. And so to turn the lights on. Oh, I'm sorry. I get nervous when I'm making movies. All right, so here we go again. All right, so to turn the lights on, I hit 2 buttons at once, and then it shows up that the lights are on. Now, a good safety thing built into this bike is if I go back here, get down here and look, there's a button underneath the tail light. Get where I can see it. Button underneath the tail light. I hit that button and the tail light begins to flash. That's going to help people recognize before they actually see the bike. So flashing light. Also, tire pressure is helpful. I always put 20 in the front and 10 in the back. Now a guy made a comment. He says, "Aren't those fat tires heavy?" And no, they're not heavy because all they've got inside of them is air. So they're not much heavier than a thin bike tire or a thick bike or just a thin bike tire, and they're much safer. If you're using thin tires and you come to like the edge of a wind's blowing pretty hard, you come to the edge of something that's oh, I don't know, but anyway, when your wheel can catch in it and stay in it, unless you've got the fat tires. The fat tires are good because they act more like a car tire or a motorcycle tire, and they don't follow the grooves of the road. Also, I have gloves, which I've got back in here, that I wear quite often. I don't always wear them, but especially in the morning when I go on my morning ride, I generally wear gloves. Although here in Arizona, like today, it's almost 100 degrees, so I wouldn't be wearing them. And then another thing is these bikes, especially in metropolitan areas, they're a high theft item. Being a high theft item, you want to make sure you lock it up properly. And like if you go to the store and you're just going to be in there 5 minutes, lock it up. And lock it up to some place. I've leaned it against a tree and locked it to a tree. I've leaned it against a no parking sign. Yeah, against a no parking sign. And so anyway, those are some things that I call e-bike helps. Now, like I say, if you're 40, if you're young and bold and brave and strong, come back in 40 years. This will be a valuable video for you. If you're like me, you're short and you're skinny and you're getting shorter and skinnier the whole time, then pay attention to some of the things I talked about here. I want to thank you for watching, and God bless.